Let's recap the prompts for our final flip-through of Dephemerember. Number 1, my most personal was my pups, where they tuck in behind the perfume bottle. I love the interaction of a pull-out, and my pups are so stinking cute. Number 3, my biggest surprise was the woven flowers, as I did it several times before coming up with this version, and now I love it and would use it again in another journal. Number 5 stepped me out of my comfort zone. This was my very first prompt, as I was trying to create something I hadn't done before, or something that was unique to Luisa's and Barbra's version. Number 4, what technique do I want to explore more? That would be my fern stencil with the stencil over the top that Luisa did in her video. I wasn't using the same medium, and I think that had a lot to do with why mine didn't turn out the way I was hoping. Number 2, if I could redo one prompt, it would be my final tag for graffiti. It was to be a mixed media tag, and I really didn't achieve that at all, and that is what I like most about junk journaling, is all of the mixed medias. Number 7, send one page to a friend. That would be Terry LaRue, who made the journal and added this great piece of scrap for me to use, and I made cheese. Number 8, recommend to someone new would be the black and white with the bookmark. This has limited supplies needed to create something gorgeous for your journal, and I think it would be a good project to start your junk journaling experience. Number 6, I learned about myself. I was going to quit a couple times during the month as I got so far behind, but my goal was to finish all of the prompts and do a video each week showing my work. I finished this task, and I was happy to finish a goal I started. Number 9, favorite memory during Dephemerember would be the friendships I've created. Last year with Darcy from Darcy's Mixed Media Adventure, and this year with Terry LaRue and Amy Freeberger, my trade partners. Number 10, describe my journal in 3 words would be eclectic art creation. And creation it was, thanks to Luisa and Barbra for the freebies, the prompts, and the hard work with all of their enjoyable laughter. Let's get started on the flip through. I added a few gears to my cover piece where Terry had added 3 large flowers and a neutral palette with lace and beads. The spine has a fun dangle, and there's 2 signatures have buttons added for extra interest. Let's get started by pulling the maroon silk tie open and see what we have. I added this piece on the front cover that was part of the additional pieces because it was a gorgeous piece of cardstock, and I love the saying to start off in my journal, follow your dreams. I put the first prompt into the first page, but from there they get all mixed up, so we won't be going in any order of the prompts, but from the flip through from front to back. Alter playing card and antique key. I have a separate video for each week and how I made these prompts, so if you want to make one, go check out the prompt for week 1 video. These playing cards flip up and have pockets on the back to add small ephemera pieces to. The chain has a key added with a jump ring to dangle off the page. The clamp to hold them onto the page is an earring piece and is a bit fidgety to get open and closed, but it does the job of holding the playing card in place. 3 tiny pieces of ephemera in each pocket with a digital from Luisa that has tickets. I love that digital of hers. My key is an antique, but it fits perfectly on the dangled chain. As we flip through the journal, there's a calendar page with August, which is my birth month. I thought that was interesting. Terry didn't know about that, but it ended up in my journal. I have several pages I haven't done anything on yet. Here's my altar pocket and textured fragments. This is a birdhouse made from old music paper and fabric with a blanket stitch around it. My texture is the branch and from the tag that is made to look like an old chimney. On the other side of the page, we have layered tack and retro film strip. I made a film strip and used an old film strip in making this tag. The way we were showed how to alter the old film strip by sanding was unique, to say the least. I added a few digitals to my journal to go along with what I was doing on the next page, and this one was apothecary label and quirky cat or dog. My apothecary was perfume making, and my quirky dogs are from a digital Darcy from Darcy's Mixed Media Adventure made for me last year for Dephemerember. Like I said, you meet so many talented people during Dephemerember. My pups pull in and out from around the perfume bottle. When I flip the page, this is part of the digital Darcy made for me with my watercolor irises. Snippet roll and woven flowers, plan C or maybe even D. I tried several ideas before finally coming up with this flower, and I'm happy with this rendition. In this pocket I have the last prompt mixed media tag in urban graffiti, which I was trying to go for the graffiti on the trains. My pull tabs are the wheels on the train. You gotta use your imagination on this one. The pocket is least favorite ephemera and bookbinders art. My least favorite is scraps, and I think because I can't get rid of them and they pile up, so I took a bunch and made a masterboard and then made some pockets. This has a tiny piece of a spine of an old book with a charm of a clock added to go with the clock from the embossing of the masterboard. On the other side of the page, we have the flip out page and old photo. It's the way Louisa showed making a belly band to hold the envelope into the journal. I will be using this method again in my next journal I make. The old photo is from an old book I purchased from our used book sales at the library, and I found this old photo and a song that I use in the prompt for love letters. Inside, I wrote down the way Louisa made this prompt, which was a little different than what I came up with, but I love it. The way the coin fastens holds the envelope in place is another original idea. Yep, gotta make this again. Just added some digitals from scraps and made a collage or two on these pages along with a leaf drawing to tie into my next page of bookmark and black and white. This is a painting I did on canvas and made into a pocket. I have a bookmark that is a watercolor drawing I did and then embossed, which tore from the embossing, so I had to back it with some cardstock and made a perfect bookmark that fits nicely in this pocket. Love the pages Terry used in creating this journal. Next, we have a journaling card and beloved visitor. I tried the technique Louisa showed with the stencil over the top of a stencil, but again, mine is my version of the technique, and I added a few extra layers along with my handmade copper and rust inks. And of course, my beloved visitors are my pups from Darcy's Mixed Media Adventure Digitals. Still, so many pages left to add more fun pieces to. This pocket I covered with an apothecary digital I bought on Etsy because the next journal I'm working on is an apothecary journal. Nothing is in the pocket yet. Mini pocket letter and specimen. I think I made 3 of these and it took up several days, or should I say weeks, and I fell so far behind in Dephemerember. But these little specimens and mini pockets are works of art, and I love each and every one, with real leaves and charms, brads, the hours of tiny fussy cutting all those bottles. It was well worth the effort in my eyes. We come to altered book page and blackout poetry. My words of advice on making blackout poetry is not to read the page like you are reading a book, or you'll never find words to make a poem or saying. The font was so unique in this book I had to use it, but the words on the page were a bit too much for a journal page. Glad I blacked most of it out. Paper bag handle and slow stitching. My paper bag handle is the branch and around the material bird. Then I stitched the handle together, forming a branch for my bird to sit onto. Part of it sticks out of the page, and you can see it when the journal is closed. More great pages to do something to for later. Tuck spot and cheese. This was inspired by one of the scrap pieces Terry put into the elastic band of the journal. It looks like a jelly piece she may have made, and all of the colors made me think of cheese. The pull-out ticket is another one from the digital I purchased from Louisa. Behind the cheese holes you have stencil words that makes me think of Dephemerember. Turn the page and you have photo frame and steampunk butterfly. Like true steampunk, this butterfly was missing one wing, and I fixed it with gears and gave the butterfly antennas of clock hands, sprinkled with gears and butterflies around the page. The old ledger paper and old stamps she used to create this journal add so much interest even if there isn't anything on them. Collage, postcard, and curiosity shop. This was another favorite for me, as I am working on an apothecary journal, so I had to make a couple of these pieces, and now we are into January. But my goal was to do a video for each prompt, and I made that goal. Maybe not in the time frame, but I was glad I didn't set a goal on time. This postcard opens with apothecary cabinet, and you find all sorts of items inside, with a beautiful lock from a freebie Barbara gave us. Envelope flip and secret love letter. In this video I showed how to make my designer fabric that I covered a book page and made my envelopes with. When you flip it open you have another blackout poem with the sun because my love letter is from the song You Are My Sunshine, dated 1947. This tucks away nicely in the flip up and down envelopes. Another collage page I did with a leaf drawing, another pocket covered with the apothecary digitals with flowers and bottles. I was trying out ideas for my next journal I'm working on. Made a pocket here to put my tag into, but changed it. Another collage pocket with nothing in it yet. Double tag a mechanical garden. This may be another favorite among the prompts. Took a lot of time fussy cutting the gears and mechanical pieces from the freebie Louisa gave us. Chain on top is my pull tab for the tag, along with a butterfly charm in my mechanical garden. Plus I wire wrapped gears to make flowers on the inside of the double tag. Back is the same stencil flowers that I used through the double tag. Put this into an acetate clear pocket to be able to see the whole tag. Another collage page or two. A coin envelope on the back doesn't have anything in it right now, but it will have. Thanks for watching, and I hope you had as much fun this year with Dephemerember as I did. Have a great day. Bye now.